let you know all the little tears gon' come and go. Baby, just gotta make up your mind that every little thing's gonna be alright.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing Pleasure Beach Bingo, which is something a little bit different. It's this like photo thing that theme park Tom created, and ever since he created it I've seen a load of enthusiasts use it on their Instagram stories, and I messaged him and I was like, hey, am I okay to use this as a video idea? I'll give you credit, etc, etc, and he said yeah, that's fine. So there's a train going past. So big shout out to theme park Tom. I will link all of his social medias in the description box as well as his YouTube channel, so go and check him out, and a big thank you for letting me use this in this video. Before we get into this video, I do just want to apologise about my appearance. My hay fever is like at its worst right now. I've just all of a sudden have caught hay fever, developed it, I don't really know the right term, and I've had it for about a month, and it's honestly like really doing my head in because I can't stop sneezing. My nose is so itchy, I can't like breathe out of my nose. Like I'm really struggling to breathe at the moment, so if I have to keep taking breaks it's because I need to like catch my breath. And I may sound a little bit funny because my nose isn't blocked, but I just can't breathe like out of my nose, so I feel like it's making my voice sound a little bit weird, so I apologise about that. I literally had like the biggest sneezing fit before I turned on the camera. If you're new here, hi, my name is Zoe, welcome to my channel. Hit that subscribe button because I am getting kind of closer to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to get there kind of before the end of this year, but I mean if we could get there sooner that would be a dream come true. I upload every Monday and every Friday at 4 PM. Right, I feel like that's enough rambling, let's get into the video. So theme park Tom like just created this, obviously it's just bingo, and I'm just going to go through them and just see which ones I've done, which ones I haven't, talk about my experiences with them. Some of you might find this video boring, some of you might find it interesting. I don't really know how it's going to go down, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're just going to see how it goes. Okay, so the first one on here is ice skated in the arena, and I haven't ice skated in the arena, but I have seen other people ice skate. I'm not sure whether we were meant to, but I think it was last year. Yeah, last year. Me and my parents went to Blackpool to go and get my season pass. We went for the registration days and we didn't really have anything to do because like everything was just closed because it was January, so like the whole of Blackpool was just kind of like closed, like there wasn't any attractions open or anything. So we had a wander around like the outskirts of Pleasure Beach, see if I could see anything going on and whatever, and then we went into the arena and we just went into the ice skating bit and nobody really stopped us. Oh no, my dad went into that bit because I think he needed the toilet, so he went in there. And then I think he saw like people ice skating, and then he was like, he like called me and my mum to go in there, and then we just went into the arena and saw people practicing, but it wasn't like a private session or anything. Like I feel like anyone could just go in and watch them skating and stuff, or I don't know whether it was just for family and friends only. I'm not sure whether we were really meant to be in there, to be honest, but it was really fun seeing everybody practice. Like everyone was so good, and yeah, whether we were meant to be in there or not, I mean nobody stopped us and nobody questioned us. Even when we were going in, nobody questioned us. When we were coming out, nobody like said anything, so we didn't stay in there for very long anyway. But yeah, we have watched people ice skating and people practicing, but I have never actually ice skated in the arena. I've never ice skated anywhere. It's something that I would really love to do, whether it be at Blackpool or whichever the nearest skate arena is to Derby. I think it's Nottingham, I'm pretty sure it's Nottingham. I would love to at least just try and ice skate at some point, but yeah, that can't happen yet, but it is something that I've wanted to do for like years, but I've just never done it. I don't really know why. So next year, because I mean let's face it, I'm not really going to get a chance to do it this year, unless I could probably do it at Christmas if it kind of goes ahead. But yeah, ice skating is something that I would love to at least try because it looks so much fun and it's just something different. The next one is watched hot ice, and again I feel like loads of you are going to be so shocked by this, but I have never watched the hot ice show and I hate myself for that. Every single year since like 2016, me and my mum have always said, right, this is the year that we're gonna watch hot ice, and we just never do, and I don't even know why. I'm not sure whether you get free tickets like with your wristband. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. So yeah, but I have never seen hot ice. I want to, and I've seen like clips of it on YouTube and stuff, but I've never actually seen it in person. But I would love to because it honestly looks amazing, and I'm a dancer myself and I do dance shows and I love like all of that. I love being in shows myself and I love watching other dance shows, and it just looks like the most amazing ice show ever, and like everyone raves on about it. Even if they don't like Pleasure Beach, like people will just rave on about the hot ice show. So it is something that I would love to go and see, and hopefully I think they've just cancelled it for this year, so hopefully next year me and my mum will actually stick to our like word and we will go and watch hot ice. It will happen. The next one is 8 at the Big Pizza Kitchen. Again, I have never done this, and for saying that I'm like Pleasure Beach's biggest fan, I haven't actually done like half of these things, but it's just because I don't like eat much sort of anyways. Like if I'm gonna go to a theme park, I kind of just want to like focus on getting on the rides and stuff and just making the most out of my day. And if I'm gonna eat something, I'll just eat like a kid's meal, or I'll just eat like a sausage roll. Or once I had like a bag of, no, I had like three donuts for lunch and that's it. Like I'm not really that bothered about food. Like I will eat something because I do obviously get hungry, but I won't eat a lot because it takes a while for my food to settle on my stomach. Like I'm not one of these people that can eat and then go on like a thrill ride straight after. Like I just can't do that. So when I go to a theme park, I just want to eat something small so it goes down quicker, and then obviously I'll just have something later in the day. So going to Big Pizza Kitchen isn't the most ideal for me because I don't want to eat a lot anyway, and it's like I'm paying like for a buffet and I don't want to eat a buffet because I know that I'm not really going to eat a lot, so I don't really see the point. And I feel like it's like a proper sort of restaurant, so it takes quite a lot of your time up. Like I'd probably say it takes like an hour to 45 minutes maybe. So well, 45 minutes to an hour, that was the wrong way around. So yeah, I just like every time I go past it just smells really nice, but I'm not like that bothered about going in there. And I like specific pizza. Like my pizza has to be ham and pineapple, and it has to be on a really thick base, otherwise I just don't like it. The next one is stopped on the Big One's lift hill. I can't remember the last time that I stopped on the lift hill, but I'm pretty sure it was at some point last year. It might have been April last year or maybe in May, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've stopped on the lift hill a few times. I feel like everyone has. We've stopped on the lift hill for wheel checks. I don't think it's ever broken down on me on the lift hill. I've been stuck on the Big One like when it gets to the brake run right at the very end. I've been stuck on there, not for like a really long period of time, just for like, I'd say the most I've been stuck on there is like 10 minutes. I don't think I've ever been stuck on the Big One's lift hill. I think I've only been stopped to have a wheel check. So yeah, and I love being stopped on the Big One's lift hill. I wish I got it more often because it doesn't happen very often for me. I feel like you have to time it at like the perfect time. And when it does happen, like I feel so lucky because I'm like, yes, I finally get like a Big One lift hill stop, because I love heights. I love the view when you're going up the lift hill. That is like one of my favourite things about the Big One, is the view that you get just all over Blackpool and all over Pleasure Beach. Like the view is just insane, and because it's like my favourite place and it's like my home, just looking over at it makes me so happy, and it like always reminds me of why I love that place. The next one is owned a season pass, and I have owned a season pass since 2018. So 2018, 2019, 2020, so this year is my 3rd year with a season pass. Not that I've really been able to use my season pass much this year. I've only used it twice for both days on opening weekend but hopefully Blackpool Pleasure Beach will actually open this year and I can use my Pleasure Beach pass a lot more. I am keeping my pass for this year, and then I'm just going to get the discounted one next year. If you've seen Pleasure Beach's announcement, then you know what I mean. But yeah, that is the decision I've decided to make, because if Pleasure Beach do open in like July or something, like I'm not saying they will, but if they did open in like July, then I've still got July, August, September, October, November. That's still 5 months that I can use my season pass, and then I'll just get a discounted one for 2021. So yeah, but I was so happy when I got my first season pass. I think I've still got it, and I've still got last year's, I think. I just like to keep all of my season passes as like a collection, and they're just like a nice thing to collect and like a nice thing to look back on. The next one is ridden the ghost train, and I haven't ridden it this year because it was closed on opening weekend, so I didn't get a chance to ride it. But yeah, obviously you can't go to Pleasure Beach and not ride the ghost train. Stayed on site hotels. I have never done this, and it makes me so sad. One of my like biggest kind of goals slash dreams is to be able to stay in the Big Blue Hotel. It's just a place that I've always wanted to stay in. It's a place that I've always looked at and gone, I will stay in there one day. So I really wanted to stay in there for like my birthday, like this year or next year. Probably won't happen this year, but hopefully next year or sometime like in the future. Like I would just love to stay in the Big Blue Hotel. I love the views that you get over Pleasure Beach. I've watched so many room tours, so many hotel tours of the Big Blue, because I feel like if I watch something on YouTube, I feel like I'm experiencing it as well. So if I watch a Big Blue Hotel room tour, it's like I've already sort of stayed in there. So yeah, I love doing that. It's just somewhere that I've always wanted to stay, so hopefully it will happen soon. It's just really expensive for a hotel, and I don't spend a lot of time in the hotel. Like if I'm going to Blackpool, you will rarely find me in my hotel. I think the only time you'll find me in my hotel is when I go to sleep at night. For the rest of the time, I just like to be out and about, exploring, making the most of Blackpool and like Pleasure Beach and stuff. So I don't actually know whether it would be worth paying the price, because I don't know how often I'd actually be in the hotel. But nonetheless, it's somewhere that I would love to stay, and hopefully I will be able to stay there at some point. I also get discount on my season pass. I keep forgetting about that, so that does make it slightly cheaper. Also, one thing about the Big Blue Hotel, you can only have 2 adults in one room. So it's like if I went with my parents, it's like my parents would have to stay in one room and then I'd have to stay in a room by myself. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing that, but it just means we have to pay for 2 rooms. I think that's kind of why it just gets so expensive. But yeah, nonetheless, if like money was no object, I would stay in the Big Blue Hotel like every single time I go to Blackpool. But it is kind of nice supporting like the smaller hotels and like, you know, keeping those businesses going. So yeah, but at least just once in my lifetime, I would like to stay in the Big Blue Hotel. The next one is got evacuated off Valhalla, and this is going to be a massive shock to loads of you, but I have never been on Valhalla. I know, it's like a massive shock, and I probably should have been on Valhalla by now. I've been visiting Pleasure Beach for like 6 years and I just haven't ridden Valhalla. I just don't fancy getting that wet. When I'm at a theme park, you know, I'm freshly washed, I've got freshly washed hair, so I don't want to ruin that by going on Valhalla and just getting myself soaking wet. Like, it just doesn't appeal to me at all. I do kind of regret not going on Valhalla, because obviously of the refurb that they're having. If I do go on Valhalla when it reopens, I'm not going to see like any changes, because I don't know what it was like beforehand. So I do kind of regret not riding it, but it's never appealed to me, and honestly it will take a lot for me to get on Valhalla, like a lot. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but for now I've never ridden Valhalla, therefore have never been evac'd off it. I do know quite a few people that have been evac'd, or like they've mentioned it in vlogs that they've been evac'd off it, but no, I've never ridden it, so obviously I've never been evac'd off it. The next one is requested a song on Pleasure Beach Radio. I did this on opening weekend this year. I was with my friend Liam and he was like, let's go request a song in the PB radio, and I was like, no, it's fine, it's fine. Like, I don't really do that sort of stuff. I'm a very sort of nervous, shy person when it comes to being around new people, and I don't really like requesting for things. Like, I don't know, I just don't like asking. So Liam was like, oh, it's fine, I'll go and ask for you, whatever. So even though I actually ended up asking, but I think the fact that I had Liam sort of next to me really did help. Like, if I was on my own, I would not have requested a song, but I think the fact that I had Liam and he was like, my friend wants to request something, and then obviously I had to tell them the song. So but before opening weekend this year, I had never requested anything. I've kind of wanted to, but I've just never really built up the courage to do it, and I just didn't want to really do it on my own. So yeah, I have never done it sort of on my own like in the past, but I did it this year on opening weekend, and I requested No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. That is my all-time favourite song. It's my anthem, it's my brand, it's the song that I just live by. If you don't know that that's my favourite song, then you don't know me. So yeah, that is my favourite song. It means so much to me, and I think the fact that I requested it with Liam's help was like so amazing. Although I didn't actually hear the guy say my name, because I think they say your name before they play the song, and I didn't actually hear that. So that's kind of a shame that I didn't hear that, but I heard the song come on, so I didn't miss the song, so it was fine. The next one is got a mascot picture, and I don't know whether this counts as a mascot picture, but I have a picture with Wallace and Gromit, and this is from my first ever visit to Pleasure Beach. This was on the 28th of May 2014, and I got a picture with Wallace and Gromit, and I kind of don't like the photo because I just look so like, oh, I just don't like the way that I look, but it was like the first ever photo I've got from Pleasure Beach, and I will always know that that was my first ever visit, so it's a really special photo. Own merchandise, as you can see, yes I do. I do have a merchandise tour video where I take you guys through all of this. There is more off camera. So if you guys want to see that, then I will link that video in the description box. It is quite a long video, so you might get bored halfway through, but yeah, I do take you guys through all of my merch, and half of it is just Blackpool Pleasure Beach merch, or just like Blackpool merch. Like these two shelves here, literally they're only Blackpool mugs, and that's literally it. There isn't any other, well, there's like an Alton Towers one on that one, but that's it. Apart from that, they are all Blackpool mugs, and there is a lot there. So I do own a lot of Pleasure Beach merchandise, but I'm not even mad about that because I love collecting merchandise, and it's something that I've always collected, and it's something that I will always collect. So I'm not even embarrassed by that because I love Pleasure Beach so much. So obviously I'm gonna want to collect a load of merchandise. But yeah, I have a lot of merchandise. The next one is evacuated off a dark ride, and this has only happened once, but I got evacuated off Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, me and my brother were in Pleasure Beach, and it was a really quiet day, and we went on Wallace and Gromit, and like, even though it was quiet, like the train was full and we were sat right at the front, and it stopped where Gromit is like on that, is it like a plane or a helicopter? I'm not really sure. I think it's a plane or it's a helicopter. I'm not sure what it is, but like, you know, that like flying vehicle that Gromit is on, and it's like just going like sort of round in a circle. I'm not explaining this very well at all, but Gromit's on that bit. But we got to there and it just stopped, and I had never like broken down on a ride at Pleasure Beach before that moment, so I was a bit like, what's going on? And then it was obvious that it had broken down. Like everything had just stopped. Like it was so weird because I'd never experienced anything like that before. So the whole thing just stopped. I can't remember whether the lights came on I don't think they did. I think they just stayed like dark. I think we waited like 5 or 10 minutes. Like, we weren't there for very long. I can't remember whether an announcement was made. I'm pretty sure it was, like, you know, those technical delay announcements that they do. I'm pretty sure one of them was made. And we waited like 5 or 10 minutes, and then the ride operator came down and released our lap bars, and then we walked to the exit of the ride. So we basically had a bit of a tour of Wallace and Gromit, which was really cool. I think by that point the lights had come on, so obviously we could see where we were going. So we had a little lights on tour of Wallace and Gromit, which for an enthusiast was amazing, and I really wish that I could do that again. I really wish I could just, I'm really interested in like behind the scenes of like roller coasters and like dark rides and just like rides in general, and like I'm really interested in how they work. And it's so annoying because I can't really remember it that well. I really wish that I could break down on it again and that I could get another like tour of it. Bought food from Gourmet Fries. Is that the place where you get sausage rolls, like near Infusion? I'm pretty sure that's the place. I've got a sausage roll from there. The sausage rolls at Pleasure Beach, oh my god, they are so good, and they're not like too filling as well, so it's a really nice thing to have. But yes, I think I have. If I'm thinking of the right food place, I have. Own a refill cup. I don't, just because I don't really see the point in paying the price to have a refill cup, because like I don't eat much, so I don't really drink much as well. If I'm gonna get a drink, like I'll just get a bottle of water or a bottle of Pepsi or something, and I usually just tend to go through one bottle and that's it. Rode the monorail. No, I haven't. It makes me so sad because my brother has actually ridden the monorail and he broke down on it. I think he went on it in like 2012, I think. And he actually broke down on it, and I'm so jealous of that. I'm not sure at what point he broke down, but I think he was like halfway through and then he broke down on it, and I'm so jealous the fact that even though he broke down on it, he still got to ride the monorail and I haven't. And he's not really like an enthusiast, he just sort of likes Pleasure Beach, so the fact that he's been on the monorail and I haven't makes me so jealous. But yeah, no, the first time I visited Pleasure Beach was in 2014, and obviously the monorail had been taken out by then, so sad times. I never got to ride the monorail, but here we are. Not a lot I can do about it. I have watched a POV of it on YouTube, and I just wish that I got the chance to ride it, even if it was just like once in my life. I would have loved to ride it, but at least it's on YouTube, so I still get to experience it in a way. Spoke on the PB radio. Nope, never have, probably never will. I don't really see an opportunity that I would get to speak on PB radio, so yeah, no. Bought Personalised merch, and I have bought a glitter box with my YouTube name in it. I love the glitter boxes that they have. I really want to get like another one. I'm not sure what I'd put in it, but I really want to get another one because I love them so much. And I have my YouTube name in it. I just love YouTube. I love doing it. It makes me so happy, and my YouTube just means a lot to me, so I really wanted something that would resemble my YouTube. So I got it in September last year. I put my YouTube name in the middle, and then I went for like the skyline design, which is like my favourite Pleasure Beach design, and it just looks so pretty, and it holds pride of place on my little merch thing here. It's at the top, you probably can't see it from here. But yeah, I love it. It's one of my favourite pieces of merchandise that I own. I'm not really that bothered about owning personalised merch, to be honest. I just really wanted something that would resemble my YouTube, and I got the idea from Andy's Pleasure Beach Influencer Day vlog, which I'll leave down below because it's honestly like one of my favourite videos on YouTube. Like, it's so good. And they got given free glitter boxes with their YouTube names in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such an amazing idea. So I kind of stole that idea and did that for myself, and I'm so glad that I did. It's like the best £8 I've ever spent because I love it, and I'm never going to get to a point on YouTube where I'm going to get like a plaque or anything. Like, it's just never going to happen. I'm never going to hit any of those milestones. So I think instead of having like a YouTube plaque, having something like that with Pleasure Beach in it, I just think is so much better. The next one is more than 10 spins on Skyforce, and again, I'm going to really shock you guys here, but I have never spinned myself on Skyforce. Flat rides aren't like, I don't love them as much as I love roller coasters. Like, I'm such a roller coaster girl rather than like a flat ride girl, and if I'm going to go on a flat ride, I don't really like going upside down on a flat ride, so I don't tend to spin myself on Skyforce. I just like to go on it for like a nice relaxing ride. But I have tried to spin myself though, and then I think I've kind of got halfway and I've kind of stopped myself because I'm scared of like getting to a point where I'm spinning so fast that I'm out of control, and if I don't like it, I'm not going to be able to stop myself, and I think that's kind of what scares me, and I think that's kind of why I don't really want to spin on it, in case I get to a point where it's a bit out of control and I can't stop myself. So I've never spinned on Skyforce. Been on the Dodgems, yes, of course I have. I went on the Dodgems on opening weekend this year because I met up with my cousin Chris. Hi Chris, if you're watching. And he kind of dragged me on the Dodgems. So me, Liam and Chris went on the Dodgems, and it was actually quite fun. I don't tend to go on the Dodgems very often. I think when I went on them on opening weekend this year, it was honestly the first time that I've been on them since like 2015, so I don't go on them very often. I don't find them as fun as, you know, going on like the big one and Icon, so it's like I'd rather spend my time on rides that I actually like rather than go on a ride just for the sake of it. Next one is being to a late night riding event, and I have only been to the closing weekend ones ever since 2018. I've been to the 2017 I've been to the closing weekend late night ridings, and I've never been to any others throughout the year, and it makes me so sad because every single year me and my parents say, right, we're gonna go to at least one different late night riding event throughout the year that isn't closing weekend, and we just never have, and I don't really know why. So yeah, but hopefully next year, or even this year, you never know, but it's probably going to be next year by now. Next year will probably be the year that I hopefully get to go to a late night riding event that isn't just closing weekend. So yeah, but I love the closing weekend late night riding events they do. I love riding rides in the dark. It's one of my favourite things to do. I wish we could do it more often. The big one is my favourite ride in the dark. I love the views that you get all over Blackpool, especially when the illuminations are on. Like, it's the most beautiful thing you will ever see. And also night rides on Icon are amazing because it's had like all day to warm itself up, so when you go on it at night time, she will be like speeding around the track. Like, she will be going so fast. And I also love Infusion at night. I've only done it like once or twice at night time, but it's such a good ride at night. Big Dipper, again, you just get that view of like the whole of Pleasure Beach like all lit up. Revolution, oh, I love all of the rides at night time, and the atmosphere of late night ridings is one of my favourite things. Like, yeah, like they do get really busy, but it's nice to see Pleasure Beach getting those crowds in. The next one is ridden Rugrats Lost River, and I think I've ridden it like once or twice. I don't really ride it that often. Again, I don't like getting wet when I go to a theme park, so a log flume doesn't really appeal to me that much. Or like if I do want to go on it, it will be like a really hot day, so it will have like a massive queue, and I just don't really see the point in waiting ages for it. And so yeah, it's, you know, it's not one of my favourite rides in Pleasure Beach. I just tend to walk past it, but I have ridden it before, so I think I've ridden every single ride at Pleasure Beach apart from Valhalla, so I think I need to get myself on Valhalla. The next one is stopped on the Big Dipper lift, and this happens all the time. I can't even count the amount of times that I have stopped on the Big Dipper lift. I feel like it's just a regular occasion, like it just happens all the time. But yeah, again, I actually really like stopping on the Big Dipper lift hill because the views you get, especially when infusion is going around, and if you time it right you'll get the big one as well. When they're both going round, like, oh my god, it's such a nice thing to look at. And then you can just look over at like the rest of the park, like where Wallace and Gromit is and where Icon is, and you just get amazing views. And if you look straight ahead you can see the Blackpool Tower, you can see all of the piers, you can see the beach. Like, you just get really good views. Even if you're not like that high up, you still get really good views of the park. So yeah, but the amount of times I've stopped on the Big Dipper lift hill is insane, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of you guys as well. The next one is bought a Pleasure Beach song, and I'm not really sure what this one means. I'm not sure whether it means on like iTunes or something, but no, I haven't. If I'm gonna listen to like the Icon soundtrack or just like the Icon music, I'll listen to it on YouTube. If I want to listen to the big one music, I'll listen to it on YouTube. I don't really see the point in buying it. So, and I don't really listen to theme park music that much. Like, if I'm gonna sit there and listen to it, it tends to bore me a little bit, so I don't really see the point in buying it. But if I do have the urge to listen to it, I'll just go onto YouTube because it is bound to be on there. So no, I've never bought a Pleasure Beach song. And the final one is got an Onride Photo, and I have so many Onride photos, it's actually insane. I have like a massive pile underneath my bed. I think in this, like, oh you can't see, but in this like drawer here there is just a load of Onride photos that I just don't really like anymore. I used to collect them all the time, and I used to just sort of collect them for the sake of collecting them, but I don't really do that anymore. I'll only get an Onride photo if it's like a special occasion. So like my 50th ride on the big one, I've got the photo. My 50th ride on Icon, I've got the photo. My very first ride on Icon, I've got the photo. I've got a photo with Liam, so like some of my favourite people, Kaya. So yeah, I'll only sort of collect on-ride photos if I'm like with some of my favourite people, or it's like a really special occasion. I did want to get a on-ride photo for my 100th ride on the big one, but the on-ride photo cameras weren't working, and it just makes me so sad, the fact that I don't have that photo. So yeah, but I do have a photo of me standing outside the big one, and I know that that will always be my 100th ride on it. I just need to actually print it out and add it to my photo wall. But yeah, I used to collect them all the time, and now I only collect them if it's like a special occasion. My battery just died, so I'm sorry if the angle has changed or anything, but I'm gonna end the video here anyways. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry if I bored you a little bit. I did kind of ramble on a little bit more than I needed to, but that's just me. That's just how I do these videos, so I apologise about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Don't forget that I have created a playlist of all of my favourite YouTubers, and just a playlist that people can find to discover new theme park YouTubers and to also help out some smaller theme park YouTubers as well. So if you want your videos added to that playlist, do comment them down below, or message me on Instagram or something, and I'll add them into the playlist. If you want more details, go and check out, when's this video going up? Friday. Last Friday. Go and check out last Friday's video, and I explain it more over there. If you guys actually did find this video somewhat interesting, then there is an Alton Towers bingo photo. If you guys want me to do this with Alton Towers, please do let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys on Monday at 4 PM for a brand new video. Bye.